My tag is NapTime, and I play Sonic. Okay, so when I was around 8 years old, my brother and I got a Wii to share, and we couldn't agree on a game to get, like a first game, and we saw a poster for Brawl on a GameStop, and so we were like, oh, well, this has all the Nintendo characters in it, and then I was like, I'm still iffy. I might want to get something else, and then we went inside and we looked at the case, and the case had the back of it. It was like advertising, and then like Snake and Sonic joined the brawl, and I was like, oh, we're getting this game. Because Sonic's been my favorite character ever since I was little. So when I found out he was like in a fighting game with all these, because like when you're little, you like look up all these videos, and there's like a bunch of animations and like debates on Sonic versus Mario and all these other fictional character matchups. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool to be able to play those out in the game. So yeah, that's how I got into Smash. And as for tournaments, I played Wi-Fi a lot, like from the years leading up, and then around early 2014 is when I started looking for like places to play together, and I must have been like 13 around that time, and I made my dad drive me to Pasadena to go play a Project M tournament at Game Guys, and I remember it wasn't one of the most well run of their weeklies. Like there was a good amount of entrants, and they were low on setups, and like it took like I don't know how long to play my first match, but we were like sitting there for hours. And so that was my first tournament, and my dad was like, nah, not again. Never again. And I was like, all right, I'll find something in Cyprus. So that was when we found GFC, which was the weeklies that Krebs hosted. That's how I met Krebs, and me and Krebs found out we both live in Cyprus, and we both like play Smash, so we like hit it off, and I started coming to his weeklies and making friends with all the people there. And Smash 4 wasn't out yet; it was all Project M. So, yeah, I started playing Project M weekly at GFC with all of them, and that's how it all really started. Really, I watched Smash United itself kind of grow from its roots, from when Krebs got involved, and I met Remo, and they like brought it all together in their tournament organizing process and his streaming, and it made it like a good experience for everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It feels amazing because, you know, I look at Smash United, and they run a great tournament series. They have a great stream. That's something besides Dallas. We can't say that a lot of our scenes have like quality streams. So like when it was on the come up and they started picking up players, I was like, wow, we're going places. And so they picked up the likes of Trella at first, and The Wall, and Mega Fox, and this guy and me were sort of in the same boat as a pickup. Trella and The Wall were already, you know, top of Houston, so they were like the first pickups. And then me and this guy were kind of like these two players that are invested in learning the game and are on the come up. It feels really good knowing that Smash United would invest their money and their time in my improvement at the game. And just knowing that pushes me forward to keep, you know, improving and making sure that their investment was, you know, worth, and that I take full advantage of the opportunities that they give me.
Of course.
Smash United to me means bringing the scenes together. Like we have SFC, we have Tech That, which is a Project M weekly. We have We In There Wednesdays, which is the Melee weekly, and CRT. CRT is the Project M / Melee weekly that goes on bi-weekly at UH. Sometimes it's there when SFC's there, because SFC's there every week. So having all those games there in one building, really, like, you get these people that like cross over into other games, because I came from Project M, so I still play a lot, and I introduce Smash 4 players to it, and PM players sometimes look at Smash 4, and it's a really neat way to bring the community together as a Smash community, much less a Smash 4 and a Melee and a Project M community. As a goal personally, I'd like to eventually start taking, consistently taking games off the top players here. I wanna learn as much as I can. My goal is not to win. My goal is to come out as much as possible because they've given me the opportunity to, and learn. Just learn as much as I can and start making more consistent and good performances when I come out. Like, I want my name to be recognizable when I come to a tournament, and like anyone from like out of city that like watches our stream every now and then could be like, oh, that's Houston Sonic, man. Like, I want to be Houston Sonic. And I feel like that's kind of what I am already, because like I feel like I'm like the best Sonic in the city, but I'm not getting the results that a top Sonic would get. Sonic is a really, really good character with a lot of potential, and I feel like he doesn't struggle in too many matchups. So I feel like my results right now aren't reflecting that. So I'd like to learn as much as I can about the other characters, about Sonic's matchups, about his techniques and his playstyle, and eventually start, making top cut, I feel like I want to play the game a certain way. Like, a certain way that Sonic doesn't agree with. Like, Sonic is, as a character, is very bait and punish, very defensive, and I came from PM where it's all about moving around and tech chasing your opponent and all this aggression, So I feel like that coming into Smash 4 with that mindset kind of set me back for a while, but my results really started kicking up when I like gave into the defensive part of the game and I didn't like aggressively rush in as much. Like, I noticed like vast improvements in my performances versus the top players here, even taking sets or maybe just taking one game off of people I would usually get like completely destroyed by. See, usually when I face a top player, my first instinct is to always go Sonic. So I will play Sonic, and I'll play the matchup as well as I know and to the best of my ability first. And if I really feel like a switch would be appropriate and it would get me better results, then I'll do it. For example, just a while ago I played Shaft in bracket, and he plays Cloud, which is a notoriously losing matchup among Sonic mains. And it was a struggle at first, and then I decided to pick Fox. Fox has been like the secondary I've been building up, as like there's my pocket characters, and then like I started investing a lot of time into Fox. The Fox did a lot better. Like the next two games were like smooth sailing. Like, that was a really good counter pick. I feel like it was more of a player counter pick because I feel Fox does better against Cloud, but not like a super winning matchup. I feel like it was more of a player weakness because that's part of the counter pick game, You pick to like maybe a player is really good at dealing with Sonic and they know the matchup and like, hey, I can play Fox. Maybe they don't know this matchup as well. So there's a lot of factors that go into counter picking a person based on their character, their playstyle, and what they know about the character. Because like, I wouldn't counter pick, say, Mario against Wall because he has a lot of experience against Wall. I mean, against like Luigi and M-Bone and other Marios. Plus, I don't feel like I'm as confident against a player on his level. So like, if I'm playing a player on his level, I would rather learn as much as I can with my main and try and conquer that matchup first and foremost before deciding I need to make a counter pick. Well, I feel like Sonic is the kind of character that takes a person that like likes him as a character,
So true.
Like, most Sonic mains like actually like Sonic, because like if you look at his playstyle and you look at the way he has to play around top tiers, he's not that appealing. Like, he gets good damage and he like has all these good combos and all that, but like when you get down to it, he has a lot of trouble like closing it out, and sometimes playing him can get frustrating, and so you gotta be like a certain type of player to play Sonic, I feel. And that goes back to the point of what held me back with improving him at first, because I wanted to play aggressive and I wanted to do all this, and because I liked the character so much, I eventually buckled down and I was like, time to really learn how to play the character, because like I knew all the tech, I knew all the spin dash combos and all that, but like applying it, going too crazy with it is actually a really big problem, because people like to say like Sonic is like spin dash to win, spin dash, spin dash, spin dash, but if you actually rely on that way too much, spin dash actually becomes very punishable and very unreliable. So people will like learn your patterns and learn how to punish you And it all comes down to you mixing up your neutral game, mixing up your spin dash shields, mixing up your running around, your walking. Walking is actually really important with Sonic because he has good tilts for spacing. He has good grab game at low percents and high percents. So it's really what like it really just comes down to how how well you bond with the character, really. When it comes to learning matchups, there's a lot of resources that you can go to learn about the character you're having trouble with. My personal favorite is to play the character that I'm having trouble against, which is why I end up with so many pocket characters, because I want to learn more about the character and what they can do, and I feel like if I get the best understanding of them if I get hands-on. So I go online and I go to Smash boards and I get the research and I get all the combos and I watch videos and I like replicate it in like friendlies and just studying. Learning how the opponent character works is the most important part of learning a matchup. So knowing intricate things about what they want to do versus your character is really important, because you never know like what another player could like bust out on you at any moment that like you just hadn't seen yet. So if you know it yourself and you know like how it works, knowing how another character works is really good for learning how to play against them, in my opinion. Personal goals for the near future is to start, because summer's coming up, and I want to start going to out-of-city regionals. I want to like make good cut there, start doing well like out of city, and start doing well in Houston, and eventually, I think senior year, me and the Smash United people are going to plan a trip to SmashCon. Whether that's just me and Remo or, me, Remo, Krebs, I don't know. We haven't really planned much yet. But I definitely want to go to SmashCon. SmashCon seems like a really fun experience on top of a really good learning experience. So I'd like to go there and meet as many top players as I can and get their feedback and, really make that a learning effort as well as a sort of mini vacay, I feel like events themselves are becoming a lot more geared to the experience rather than just the tournament. And that's a really good thing, like, for the Smash scene as a whole, because soon enough people are going to get tired of going 0-2 at the nationals they travel to, and they're going to have nothing to do besides the tournament or what's going around the city. But having things to do at the tournament, like as like exciting like panels and live music and all that like SmashCon does, is really good for the scene, because it keeps people coming to events, because the tournament isn't the only thing that you can do there. That's really important to me. I'd like to give a shout out to Krebs and Remo at Smash United. I'd like to give a shout out to Pixel Sugar, my doubles partner. She's been a really important part in me learning how to work together as a team in doubles. I feel like it's improved my ability overall in doubles. Let's see, shout out to KJ. KJ lives in San Antonio now. He used to live in Houston, but he's been a really important part of my improvement with Sonic, and he's taught me a lot and given me matchup advice, and he's just been a really big factor in my improvement. SB has also been a very good help to me. It wasn't until recently that I started reaching out to other Sonic players, like locally, to get advice, and what they've taught me is really shown in my play, I feel, and that's a part of the reason why I'm doing as well as I am right now.